Now, I was just about to say here, we may as well continue on from where we left off yesterday. And I spotted this thing laying here. What is that? It almost looks like a white hair, but I don't have any white hairs that are that long. Well, I will have if I don't get a haircut soon, but I mean, you know what? I think that is possibly from when I was skinning or taking the jackets off some of those wires. You know how they have reinforcing in the wires? Just I think that's what it's for. And I'll bet you a little piece somehow flipped over here. That's the only thing I could think of what this is. Anyway, now try and grab hold of this here very carefully because I don't want to accidentally break something. Now we got to try and get this untangled out of all the... There, I think I got it more or less. And excuse my big fingers here. Now we're going to want to hook this on up here. We will put the macro lens on in a minute. Okay. Now let's not go messing around with that. Okay, this end here. Okay, so it's got to hook on over here somehow. Not quite like that. This is actually the first time I'm doing it, so you're seeing it along with me for the first time. Did I get that right? No, it's twisted. That's not right. Okay. Come on here, let go. Okay, now, it'd be better on the other side of that, like that. That, you know, if I straighten this out later, it's not hanging right though, is it? It's, you know, I wanted this to be horizontal and it's not. What happened here? Well, it looked good on paper, as they say. Okay, I'm going to readjust here and see what I can do. Now, what I've done is I've used my photo etch plier to try and straighten out that wire. And I gave it a bit of a twist, but did I give it a twist in the right direction? Not really, because horizontal is like that. Okay. Is there anything else I can do here? Because that's about the way I would want it hooked over. I know it's really obvious, but once it's painted it won't be so obvious. But I want to try and get the angle right here if I can. Okay, so just grab hold of it with the photo etch plier. Get it off. Now what way do we want to twist that? Okay, let's try it again. Did we make it better or worse? Well, better, I would say. Actually, it probably wouldn't hurt if it was sort of angled out a little bit like this. Instead of completely flat, it could be angled out, like radiating the radio signal out, if you know what I mean. That makes sense to me anyway. Might look better too. Maybe we'll just leave that one the way it is and put a little bit of CA on there. And I know it's kind of crooked here, but I think it'll be easier to straighten after it's CA'd in place. Okay, let's try not to give it a bath. Okay, I do believe that we are glued on here now. It's acting like it's glued on. It's not wanting to move. If I can just get this one adjusted now about, well, oh shoot. Okay, I got it fished back out from down below. And as you can see, I've got the, just using my CA glue applicator here just as a pretend yard arm. And if I have the hook come upside down, and I don't know why, maybe it'll be right. Let's just try that. Let's see if I can grab it with tweezers. By the way, there is no glue on the applicator right now. Very carefully grab onto this here. Now, if it hooks in from underneath, how is that going to look? Come on, hook onto something. No. Well, that's not where it's supposed to go. Maybe I'm going to have to increase the size of the hook. Maybe it's just a little bit, the radius is too small on that hook. Okay, I know it doesn't look like it's much different, but it's slightly bigger. Now, will it hook under there onto something? Yeah. That's pretty good here. It's, I know you can't see it. It's not quite right where I'm pointing right now. I'll put the macro lens on. Now, this may not be a good idea, but I'm going to just brace it from the back and see if I can't push that hook in just a little bit. There we go. I think I did, actually. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why it didn't go in by itself. And our spreader bar is still fairly horizontal. It's almost identical to the same degree as the one on the other end. So that's all right. Now let's get a little bit of CA glue on there. Okay. Now remember, Ron, the key word is little. That should do it. Now you should be able to see this shorter top one here quite clearly silhouetted against the white background. However, this lower one here, I realize that it's kind of blending in with everything. I've got a piece of white paper here. If I put this like this, you should be able to see it, you know, stand out a little bit better. And I think they're going to be all right. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to do the other side pretty much exactly the same way. I won't video it unless something very unusual happens.
Hey, what was that? That sounded unusual. You said you'd show us if anything unusual happened.
Now calm down, Yogi. All I did was knock my scissors on the floor. I don't need to show you. I think telling you is good enough. Okay, so what's this all about now? Something different. You've never seen me wear these before. You probably will never see me wear them again. I feel a little bit like a stormtrooper from Star Trek when I put them on. Probably because of the white, but anyway. So why do I wear these when I've got these? I got these from Amazon. Oh, probably about a year ago, maybe a little longer. I think it was about the time I started building the Bismarck. And, well, here's what's happened. One of the viewers, whose name I won't mention, now you know who it is, sent me a link. How many of you can remember the show Mythbusters? And try and say Mythbusters fast 10 times. By the time you get to number 10, you're going to find a bar of soap jammed down your throat because of acute potty mouth. Yeah, I can't say it fast twice. Anyway, Adam Savage, who was in the Mythbusters, also put stuff on YouTube. Apparently he's smart like me. Anyway, he was reviewing optics, for making models. And apparently he made models too. Smart like me. Anyway, he was recommending at the end of his 5 or 6 minute show something very similar to this. And I thought, yeah. Now here's why I don't wear mine. His were slightly different. His looked like they might be more comfortable. These are not comfortable. They actually hurt my nose. They're kind of heavy. They've got batteries in here. I suppose I could take the batteries out. That'd make it a little lighter. They come with 5 different strengths of glass, and they make my long eyebrows get all scrunched up the way I don't like it. Gotta get a haircut. Anyway, yeah, so that's why I don't wear these. Also, there's the nostalgia reason. I like to do stuff, use something that has nostalgic meaning to me, and I've had these since way back when I started making models. I bought them from Cellar Dweller. I think I've mentioned that 3 or 4 times. So they're meaningful to me, and I've got an old saw down in the workshop that doesn't cut near as well as 2 other newer saws, but I'll grab this old handsaw every time because it was my first, Anyway, Ian, this was for you, and thanks for suggesting, Ian Savage's channel. Adam Savage's channel. I feel like reshooting this, but I'm not gonna. Anyway, I'm gonna continue on here. Got to get these on the other side after I turn the ship around. All 4 of our double antennas are on now. Now this one here, it's a little hard to see. Maybe if I hold my cardboard underneath you can see it. Okay, let's have a little bit of fun here now and see if we can't paint these the wire part so that it doesn't look like wire. Okay, I realize that really sounded funny that I'm going to be painting the wire like this so it doesn't look like wire, when actually this, in reality was wire. I don't know what color it would have been on the ship. If it had been copper, it may have sort of tarnished from the sea air and it probably looked black. And I would imagine that by the way, this Easy Line can be bought in different colors. And I think one of the colors is sort of a yellow or gold color, so it looks a little bit like wire. I could be wrong on that. I know it comes in different colors. At least it used to. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just paint this copper wire here gray, the same as the yard arm on the that we have here, and I think it'll blend in a little better. And I've got different kinds of gray here. I'd like to have the same color more or less as the yard arm, because if I touch the yard arm with a brush, which I'm gonna, obviously, it's gonna stand out. Now, I also want something that's going to stick really well to the copper wire, and I think about the best thing I can think of offhand, right now anyway, is this primer that Tony recommended to us a year or 2 ago. Well, a year ago. I think I'll just give it a good shake, and I don't know if I've ever brushed it before. Is this the gray? Yeah, gray primer. I I don't know, like, I can't remember if I brushed it before, so I don't know how well it brushes. I know it sprays really well, and it seems to really stick on. Alright, we have picked our scissors up off the floor. Now, you're going to recognize this little thing as the end of a pipette. The only reason I have the pipette here is just to show what it came from. And can't talk and work at the same time. Okay, the idea is I don't want this to be rolling around, so I just use a piece of double-sided tape here. Alright, this should be well mixed still. Maybe I won't put it in there until I'm actually ready, because this stuff does seem to dry quite quickly, so I'm going to just get myself all adjusted here, get my macro lens on so that we can just move right in. And we'll see how it goes. Oh, I've decided to use this brush here. It's fairly soft. I would prefer something softer. I do have one that's softer, but it's a little maybe too wide. And my really small brush, I'm afraid that I don't know. I find that the really small one, yeah, it does a good job for putting on a tiny little bit, but when we're going to be doing something really big like this and we want to get it over with, I think this is probably going to work out just right. I hope. Okay, we are not ready to paint. Try and get that down as much as I can. I haven't glued these in place yet, so I've got 4 like this to glue in place. Now, once again, just a tiny little bit here. Now, after these are glued, I'm going to have to straighten some of these wires. You can see this one here is quite noticeably not straight. It's not the way it would naturally hang. Mind you, who's going to be looking at it this close? It'd be really nice if I could just close this up just a little bit here. Yeah, I think that worked. It is not too late in the afternoon. I might have time to paint this, but I'd like to be able to take my time at it. So once again, I'm afraid we're going to have to put off the painting. So thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.